What's up guys, it's KSDC Nitro.
Back from the dead.
So guys, me Keiron back with a video for you guys on our channel. Welcome today. If you're watching us for the first time, welcome to KSDC Nitro. Subscribe for more videos and have a look at some of our other stuff we've done on our channel as well. So today, we're going to be looking at this engine, which is the OS 30 engine that I bought that you saw in my last video, which was me doing a review on it, an unboxing and stuff. So, this engine today is going to be going into my Losi 8 buggy. I need to find a ring and a spring for the manifold and also a gasket for the exhaust that I've got as well. And also the clutch system and flywheel I'm going to take off another engine that doesn't work and put it onto here. So I'm going to go and do that, get all the bits that I need and show you how I'm putting it together. So guys, I've got this engine obviously. I've now put a flywheel on. I didn't show you guys that, but I'm sure you know how to put a flywheel on if you're watching this video on how to install it. Basically took the flywheel off another engine, put the little copper washer on first, and that's like a kind of V shape that then I slotted the flywheel on, and then this nut, this hex nut just screws on nice and easily like that. So I've got my lovely aluminium clutch shoes and clutch bell that I'm going to install, and I'm also going to put the exhaust and manifold on there as well, and I'm also going to put the engine mount on this as well.
You're a rebel, getting into trouble. You are kinda like a fire, like a fire, like a fire. Unpredictable, so original. You are never backing down, backing down, backing down. That's what I like about you. So dangerous.
Right then you lot, there we are. Look at that, lovely, oh yes. Exhaust is on there from GS Racing tuned pipe. Very nice, I think it's a rare pipe. So I'll show you what I'm doing with the car. And basically I'm going to show you how it's going to go on, how I'm setting my throttle up. So let's take you over to the car. Right then guys, so here's the car. Got Savox on, which is very nice. So the engine's just going to go straight in there, like that. Fingers crossed. That is what it's going to look like.
So different, kind of ignorant.
Right, there we are you lot. Look at that. Look at that. Lovely. Right. So, as you just saw, put the lines up, connected the lines up, sorry, and then put the racing pipe on there. Nice. So I'm going to test for glow plug, and then we're going to put the glow plug in the car. So I'm just going to grab the glow plug. So here we are. Got the glow plug. Just gonna open it up out of its little package. Got the lovely copper washer there that we always need. Don't run a car without a copper washer unless you don't have one and you really want to run a car. I really wouldn't recommend doing that, so make sure you got a copper washer on the bottom of your glow plug. It's an OS number 8 glow plug, so an 8 has got quite a lot of glow behind it. So, got my igniter, just gonna test it. Oh yeah, look at that. Lots and lots of glow behind that, that's really good. So just gonna put this into the car using a T-wrench. So just pop the glow plug in the end of the T-wrench like that. Put it straight in and screw it up. So when you tighten up your glow plug, it should just be finger tight. There's a lot of compression in that engine. So I'm gonna run the engine in now. So basically to break an engine in, my steps, this is all personal preference on breaking in an engine, but my steps are 5 tanks. So the first 2, just let it sit and run by itself. Third tank is quarter throttles in a figure of 8 on the floor. Same with the fourth tank, and then the fifth tank, do high speed passes just for 2 seconds at a time until your engine's properly set in. So, I mean, guys, look at how good that looks on there. I mean, you can't really see it because of the lighting, but it looks really nice on there. I'm very happy with that. So I'm going to stick a battery in it, stick some radio gear in it, and just let it sit and run for an entire tank, and then we'll get back to you. So it's running for its first tank down there. Keep it going. So guys, first tank's done. On to the second tank now, we're about to fill it up and then just let it sit and run. It's going through the fuel really quickly, but I think that's just because it's a 30 engine. And also there's still about that much fuel left in the bottom of the tank. So I'm just going to fill it up again and see if it sits and runs again for me. And then you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to fill her up with another tank of fuel now. So now we're just going to start her up and let her just sit for another tank. Right guys, as you can probably tell, we're outside. My hands are really dirty because I've been yoinking on this pull start. It's gone through 2 tanks of fuel now, just sitting. So we are now going to run it with just a quarter throttle in a figure of 8. My tea is in 10 minutes, however, so we'll probably end up doing that after my tea. But to you guys, that's not really going to matter. But I'm really happy with this engine so far. I had to do a little tune on it to get it to just sit and run, because it ran and then it just cuts out. So I then started it, ran for like 5 minutes, cut out. So I basically had to lean out the high speed needle by a quarter turn, that was it. And I also had to screw in the low speed needle an 1/8 of a turn, due to the fact that when I take the igniter out, it cut out. So if you ever have that problem where you take the igniter out your engine and your engine just cuts out, then screw your low speed needle in a quarter turn at a time, and that should sort that problem out. But I'm happy with this so far, but I think after tea we'll do the figure of 8s on the road. The same for the fourth tank, and for the fifth tank we'll do the speed runs, and then it'll be up and ready to go. The next video I'm going to upload after this one is going to be me fully running it and showing you guys how it performs. But I think it's going to run really nice in this car. I think this engine's going to be good for this car. I'm really excited. I'm really happy. I did originally, I've not included it on the video, but I had an issue with the clutch belt because it's a second-hand one. The front bearing kind of came apart when I was just letting it sit and run, and the actual internals of the bearing came out because it didn't have a front cap on the bearing. Because if you know how bearings work, they kind of have plastic caps on the sides of them, and the plastic cap on one side had come off before I put it in. So I've just replaced them both with basically brand new bearings that I found. So very excited about this, guys. This pipe sounds really nice as well. Don't think I'm really going to have a problem with this. So yeah, I'm going to go for my tea and then I'm going to come back, and then we are going to run this car and show you the next 3 tanks of a braking, which is going to be the figure of 8s on 2 tanks, and then the 5th tank will be the high speed passes at 2 seconds. So yeah, that's it for me for now. I'll get back to you in literally 2 seconds for you guys, but it'll be about an hour for me. So yeah. Alright then, you lot, bit bright behind me because I've got windows. We're going to go outside and run my car. We're just going to do 2 tanks with it doing the figure of 8. So we're going to go outside and yeah, hopefully run it. So I need my fuel. We need a filler bottle. And we also need the glow igniter, which is there. So yeah, cool. Gonna take you guys outside, fill her up and get her running. So let's go outside. Need my keys first. Unlock this door. So, got our stuff, got the car, got the filler bottle, fuel, igniter. I'm going to take you guys down here. So, you guys can see me there. So, this is also how to start a nitro engine as well, by the way, guys. Just to show you guys really quickly. So, take your fuel cap off, get your bottle, squeeze it, dunk it in, and just release. And it should fill up by itself. Maybe just squeeze the sides to speed the process up. And there we are. Chuck the cap back on there. We'll need that for later for our second tank, because there's probably about a tank and a half in there, so I might need to get a bit more out. Also, don't leave your fuel in the sun as well. That's a bad idea, because it can all like evaporate or discolour even though it's still in the sealed bottle. So I'm just going to put that in the shade in there, taking off the shell. And here we have the car itself. Lovely. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick some fuel in this tank. We're going to go down to the road after I started this up and see what's going on. You plug your finger over the exhaust and pull on the pull start, and that primes it, and you'll see the fuel go through the line, and as soon as it hits the carb you stop, and then it should start. What I also like to do is pull the fuel line that's attached to the exhaust off the exhaust and just blow down the end of it, and it will also do the same process. But for now I'm just going to plug the exhaust and pull start. And this engine has a lot of compression, so it's quite hard to pull start. There we go. I saw the fuel just run into the engine vent. That's really nice. I'm going to go and get the controller and then I'll be back. Also guys, just a quick thing that I forgot to mention before was you might need your slotted screwdriver for tuning. So I've got the controller. Let's turn the car on and then turn the transmitter on. Make sure you got steering. Make sure you got throttle. My trim on my steering needs to be adjusted because this controller was on a different car last time. There we are, lovely. Check if it rolls nicely. Test the brakes. That's good for the brakes. And then we'll get this started and we'll see you guys on the road. Like I said guys, it might need a tune up, so therefore I'm just going to lean the high speed out a little bit by about 2.5 turns. Still might need a little bit more tuning therefore. Lean it in by another turn. Other than the fact that I'm hitting the brakes and it's cutting out, I think that's fine. So therefore, if I'm touching the brakes and it's cutting out, I'm just going to do a slight adjustment on the idle screw. I'm just going to screw it in by a half turn. Check your carb gap before you do this though guys. Cool. Just gonna clip that fuel line back up because it came off when I was tuning the idle vent. So, to test this now, I'm just gonna run it and just tap the brakes where it is. Oh, come on. I think we're all good, but just because it's cutting out is because I'm not like throttling it serious amounts. So we're gonna go down to the road and we're gonna run it. So cool. I'm very excited about this. For the braking, I'm gonna leave the shell off just so I can access where I need to tune it. So we're gonna go to the road and run it now. Alright, you lot, got the car, got the controller, let's go. So to begin with, just start it up and we'll just run it in a figure of 8 until the tank's finished. Right guys, that's the end of tank 1. Time for tank 2 on figure of 8. And then do the 2-second high-speed passes and then we'll be ready to go. So yeah, let's get the second tank filled up. Guys, that was absolutely mint. I did not even have to do any tuning on that or anything. That just ran beautifully. Right, so next tank of fuel. Cap up. Try your best when breaking an engine in not to let your tank fully dry out because it slightly damages the engine. Come on. At this point guys, I was showing you the amount of throttle that you need on your transmitter and it's not even a quarter. Guys, just there I am doing the slightest amount of throttle. I'm literally just tapping it and steering it. So I'm just showing you here what I was doing with my throttle and how I was driving it with the controller. Right guys, we've gone through our second tank of fuel now on the figure of 8, so we've now done 4 tanks of fuel through this engine. Our 5th tank now is the 2-second high-speed pass. So basically what's going to happen is we're going to start it and then I'm going to hold the throttle, so I'm going to be like 1, 2, release, 1, 2, release. Just constantly over and over and over again until the whole tank's gone, and then I'll be able to tune it properly. So in this state now, if you are tuning your car to the process that I'm doing now, and watching this and pausing it at various points to tune it or break it in or whatever, at this point do not change the tune on your engine. Only change the tune on your engine until you've fully broken it in, because it will still have ups and downs when running in the long term of things. So just keep the tune on it for now. So even though it's rich, it's really rich at the moment, which basically means if it's rich, it means there's more fuel than air going into the engine, whereas if it's lean, there's more air than fuel going into the engine. That's basically the two concepts of rich and lean. To balance them out and get a good tune, so a tune is getting the balance between rich and lean, and you do that by screwing or unscrewing your high-speed needle. We'll talk about that either in the end of this video or the next video that I'm going to do, because the next video I'm going to do is properly running this car. At the end of this video I might include some clips of me just running it after I've broken it in. So with all that out of the way with, what I'm now going to do is fill the tank back up again. So I'm going to take you guys down here, and then we're going to run it at the 2-second high-speed passes. Unscrew the fuel bottle, grab a cheeky bit of fuel out of there. Effectively works like a straw when it all sucks itself into the tank, into the filler bottle, which is good. So just going to pop that off. Right, so we're now done the 4th tank, which was doing the figure of 8s, and now we're doing the high-speed passes of 2 seconds. So what I'm going to do is hold the throttle just for 2 seconds, and then release, and then hold it for 2 seconds and release, and just repeat that process. So I'll show you guys what I'm doing. Also guys, it was at this point that Ryan turned up, who is one of mine and Dom's good friends, who also does nitro cars. So he helped me to film a bit of what we were doing after I'd broken it in. And he filmed the clips that are going to be at the end of this video, which were a few of me running it up and down the road that's near mine. It's like kind of across the main road from my house. So yeah, Ryan came at this point. He also filmed more than 1 or 2 clips. We filmed like quite a bit, so those will probably end up getting included in tomorrow's video, which will be just it running, and I'm going to include those in the video of it running, which is going to be tomorrow. So Ryan turned up at this point just to let you guys know what's going on.
It sounded like someone did a massive fart, didn't it? That was the distance when it lost connection.
Yeah.
I'm going to put that in the video. You know, you're going to be a thumbnail now.
Right, in that case.
my little boy up.
Alright, sorry.
He took the car.
Right, okay.
It's just
Alright.
getting ridiculous.
Alright. It's my hobby though.
Go and do it in the park somewhere else if you're not on a residential street.
Alright, okay.
If it carries on, I'm just going to throw an environmental health over the place. I'm not having it anymore. I've had enough.
Alright.
Whenever you're ready.